Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Urvashi and today I'm going to start a new series. It's all about love. How do you know the person that you're in love with? How to approach the person, how to deal with the person. What will that person enjoy and what will turn that person off completely. You can look up all the links below as well. You'll see many of you keep asking me about my readings. You can go to the links below, go to my website and see what reading you want to pick from there, or if you want to pick up a course. I'm going to start with a lot of courses for those that are learning astrology. I've just put up one right now. I intend to do a lot more, so keep watching. So, Aries today. If you are in love with or in a relationship with an Arian, now how do you deal with that? How do you deal with him or her? How can you keep the person happy? Aries is the newborn. I've already discussed that. Aries is a little self-centered. It's a movable sign, cardinal sign. It's a fiery sign. The Lord is Mars. So, dealing with such a person. Aries, if you want to go and check my video on, Aries ascendant, to sum up an Aries personality, it's like a newborn. They are totally into themselves. Sometimes they are unable to think beyond themselves. It's like a small baby, Arians, tend to go with the impulses. They like adventure. They want change. They want new experiences. They want to achieve the top positions, and they're in a hurry to get everything, to achieve everything. They have no patience. So what is it in a relationship that will keep them hooked onto the relationship or hooked onto you? So for Aries, you got to treat them as if you are a king. You are generous, you are kind, you are royal, you are regal, like a father. Give them the best treatment, pamper them. You know what we do with our small children? We pamper them, we take care of them, we take care of their needs, we keep them happy. And children want to be entertained. We have to entertain them. As parents, we entertain our kids. Sometimes we are singing for them, we are telling them stories, we're taking them out on weekends. They want adventure. They want pampering. They want to be patronized. They need to be patronized. They need to be told they're doing a good job. They want a pat on the back. So, it's important to take care of their ego. It's important to tell them that they're doing a good job. You can tell them if they're not on track, you can tell them that they're not on track, but you have to tell them or let them see that their idea is good, that maybe their idea is good, their plan is good, but they got to maybe take a different route or a different way to go about things. You cannot put them down. You cannot hurt an Aries ego, the ego of an Arian. They are sensitive. It's like a small kid. So there is no complication when you're dealing with an Arian. Just keep in mind, this is the sign of a small child, and you are now going to be like a parent. You got to take care of the child's ego. You cannot hurt it. You got to be generous. You got to be kind. You got to be royal. You got to be regal. You got to treat them, in a fine manner. You cannot take them out for, things that are not fine. You got to take them to good restaurants. You got to give them good, expensive gifts, maybe. So there's got to be a regality or a royalty in the relationship. There cannot be any pettiness. If you're petty, if you're stingy, if you're trying to save your money, if somebody's acting cheap with them, that's a major turn off for an Arian. So it's not that you have to go overboard and spend, but take them to a decent place. If you're taking them out, you can't take them to a small dhaba or something. They're not going to enjoy that. Then they won't like it. They won't enjoy it. So you got to be dressed well yourself. I'm not saying go for the best brands, go for the most expensive brands, but be dressed well. Don't be very casual. Be dressed smartly, regally or royally yourself. and maybe pick them up from their home to take them to a nice restaurant, take them for an ice cream after that, or maybe give them a gift or something. So basically, there's got to be a regality, a grandeur about the relationship. It's basically the energy that you are giving them in the relationship that is important, and they should feel this. There is a grandness about this relationship, and be encouraging to them. Like I said, if they're making a mistake, of course you can tell them that they are making a mistake, but don't put them down, don't hurt their ego, and be encouraging like a parent is always. So all that keeps them happy. And for an Aries, if you make a mistake in the relationship, firstly, an Aries would not dive headlong into a relationship. They will take a while. Even though Aries is a fast-moving sign, but in love, in relationships, they will take a while to get into the relationship. And they will want to see that royal, regal, generous side of you. And if they see that, and if they fall in love with you, after that, you may make a few mistakes and they'll keep forgiving you, because they're not the kinds to jump from one relationship to another. Even though, like I said, it's a cardinal sign and they want change, they want adventure. But where love is concerned, where relationship is concerned, they want to stick around. If they are committed, they are committed. They will forgive you. They will forgive your mistakes as long as you do not hurt their ego. As long as, you are encouraging, loving, kind and generous. As long as you give them that environment of grandeur and, grandness and royalty, as long as you're pampering them, you can make sure, as long as you don't cheat them, hurt them, hurt their ego or hurt their self-respect. Those are the key themes that you cannot do around an Arian. So if you're carrying yourself well, if you're well dressed, if you're always meeting in a nice, decent place where a lot of well dressed people are around, if you create an environment like that always, if you're always in a good car, if whenever you're going to go and pick them out for an outing, and if you're driving a good car, take them to a good restaurant, are encouraging, loving, generous, kind. If you are like this on the whole, if you do not put them down, if you respect their values, if you respect their ideals and goals and not put them down, and of course you can tell them if they're on the wrong path, that the path maybe is not correct, but their idea, their goal is something that they got to go for. Maybe they should try again. If you're encouraging, then they will keep trying to make the relationship work. Because for Aries, to move out of one relationship and move on to the next one may not be very easy. They want to make things work once they are committed. And then after that, if you hurt their ego, if you hurt their self-respect, and one fine day when they decide that they cannot take it anymore, then believe me, once they have turned away, an Arian is never going to look back. So the key themes are, grandness, royalty, generosity, kindness, an encouraging attitude. Be a little patronizing, appreciate whatever they're trying to do. Do not hurt their ego, do not hurt their self-respect. Always take them out to nice places. You cannot be stingy, you cannot be mean, you got to be big-hearted. So in a single word, I would say, stay big-hearted, show a big heart, be generous and kind, and that keeps an Arian ticking. So now I will be seeing you for the sign of Taurus. Bye-bye.